H-Town, what's up? You know what time it is. It's time for the best 120 minutes of your day. The Chop Shop, the nation's #1 urban sports talk show, and also your midday sports happy hour. Yours truly, Robert Hatter, alongside Jim Hicks, coming to you live from Houston, Texas, but we broadcasting all over the world via Facebook Live and YouTube Live. And today is what the day? What's the day? Thursday. Thursday. Miss y'all yesterday. Miss y'all the day before. Happy holidays, everybody. Did everybody have fun? I just got to check. I just got to make sure everything's good. What else we got? What happened? Tell me what's interesting happened to y'all. Share the show, everybody. What happened interesting to y'all over the weekend? I got a couple of things. I want to see that we think of the same way. What's up? Let me shout out to my guys, Brad Kimball, Ivan Pettit, Joe Lewis, Brad Kimball, Jeremy Davis, Status Moody, Jr., Ivan Pettit Jr. Y'all tell me what happened over the weekend? Did y'all did y'all have some did y'all have some good? Talk to me. Did anything interesting happen, Brandon Weefall, this weekend? Brandon Weefall, I need every parent that got a basketball player, in their life. I need them on the show today. I need them on the show today. I got to share something with y'all today. Yeah, I got to share something. Aaron Wilford, text tag, tell somebody. Got an athlete in your family. We kind of need to talk today. How am I? If y'all can see what I got on, y'all, this is my daughter. I never did this before, ever. Dress up for Halloween like somebody else. And my daughter went and got everybody in the house had to have outfits for my grandson. Everybody was dressed like this. And I just wanted to keep it on and show y'all this how I was dressed yesterday. Had my full pajamas on. She got it the perfect size. I said, "Damn, girl, you good." You know, she told you, "Dad, you said, yeah, so hard to please." She I mean, and it came to me right there. Right there, and she came to her and she said, "Here, I got something for you. Try it on." I was like, "Oh Lord!" So it's the first time I ever did that. I know some of y'all done it before. I've never did that. Dressed up like a significant other, dressed up like a family, dressed like I've just never did that before. But I've been seeing a lot of y'all, and I think it's cool. I just ain't never did it before. Uh, but great thing. But it was fun. It was great. My grandson was good. Um, my son was good. Y'all should have saw it. Y'all can't see the whole full body. She hooked me up. Uh, but oh, y'all want to talk about? Oh, you talking about Beyonce? Let's see. Did anybody have anything y'all want to talk about? Hold on. Who was amazing? Janae. Who was amazing? Yeah, I meant Christmas. What did I say? What did I say? Did I say what did I say? I might have said something. I ain't no telling. Uh what y'all want to talk about? Sonya, what you say? Sonya, you see, I'm out here I'm just teasing y'all. What y'all want to talk about? You know, cause y'all Twitter, man, social media is just riding it to the core. I'm just who all went to the game? Everybody I know went to the game. Let me tell you something, boy. It was a good time to go to the game, ladies and gentlemen, especially the men just. It was a good time to go, single men. It was a good time to go to that game. You're single man. I'd have gave anything to be up there with hanging with Mike and Sonya. Sonya, I wish I'd have been. That's right. Sonya was there. Sonya was there. That man talking about the Texans got a good whooping. Man, ain't nobody talking about the Texans. Y'all ain't nobody talking about the Texans. Ain't no. Thank you, Sonya. I said Halloween. I'm sorry. Thank you, Robert. Thank you, Rob. I said Halloween. Yeah, I got my girl. Okay. Hold on. Let me. Oh, y'all, hold on. Let me finish. Yeah, Cowboy Carter. You know. I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. Can I tell y'all the truth? I wasn't that excited about Beyonce being at halftime because I don't usually watch the halftime shows anyway. But I stood there. I, yo, I was messed up. You know I love her, but I said, you know, some people you just don't understand the moment and don't understand the gravity of the moment. Well, she didn't play her new song, her old song. She introduced something else to y'all. I just don't know nobody. And that walk she had when she got off the stage and started walking. I think I can't play none of it because Netflix, you know, they're gonna flag me. I can't play none of it. I hope you're saying that little walk she got. That thing is lethal. That thing is lethal. All I was thinking about, all the time I was sitting there watching her and old Blue Ivy. Blue Ivy's amazing. And I'm sitting there watching Sonya, and I'm sitting there saying, man, what it would be like to be Jay-Z and say, man, that's my gal. That's my daughter. And they out there getting it. You just be what? See, y'all might be thinking about something. I'm thinking about Jay. That, that clown, Tony Busby, trying to ambulance chase and go get a 20-year-old case of mistaken identity and plaster his name out there like that, and his woman and his daughter come in the city where Tony Busby in and slay. See, that's what I be thinking about. I be thinking about Jay. Just sit back and say, man, that's my gal. That's my gal. Oh, that's my daughter out there doing it. Yo, yo. She said, can we talk about how that dope black girl had all the black shows on Christmas when the country folks tried to kick her out? Had all the black show on Christmas. Had an all black. Oh, yeah. Oh, we can talk about that today. We can talk about that. But today, I just sit back, man. Y'all, you know, why my Beyonce notes? Because y'all had so much to talk about. She said she showed up in 8. She showed it. And Janae, I hope, go back and watch it again. The little stuff. Had the black, she's on a white horse. Had the black rodeo rider. So she played homage to the black rodeo by having the black rider walk her in. All of that was on tape. I hope y'all know that was pre-recorded until she got in there with that other stuff. Then they standing up on top of the horses. Y'all just don't understand, man. I can't wait to go watch it again. Willie Southern said, how I went to the Rockets and the Pelican game. Feet were not on the floor, but ball defense was terrible. One ball fake. Okay, I got you. We ain't got there yet, Solomon. I get there later. I get there later. You know, and I know what she was doing. You gotta understand where she grew up. She grew up in Third Ward, Janae. Janae, we know her. We know who she is. Not who they say she is. We know who she is. We know who her dad is. We know who her mom is. It ain't no question about who she is. It's bad, 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 bad. But I know you people who hadn't lived in Houston, who don't understand. Y'all think those symbols, those were not as symbols of her talking about what. That's who she is. Yolanda Green been around them people a long time. The Ocean of Soul band, y'all. Y'all got TSU band. Hold up, my daughter, she was watching it. She graduated from TSU. And she said, I just know that's TSU band. And y'all, I wasn't sure because they kept it under wraps. I didn't ask nobody. I wasn't even thinking about it. They kept it under wraps at TSU. It was a secret. And she really took care of the band. She really took care of the band, and those kids were out of school and was rehearsing 8 days, 8 days, 8 hours a day, to perform, to be ready for that performance. And it's it just so unique. And my daughter was saying, "I just know that's the band. I just know this." I said, "Then I promise y'all, 2 or 3 of the band members that I've seen when they flash across the screen, I say, yeah, that's the band." And without me even checking with TSU, I said, that's the band. Um, Ocean of Soul is just Ocean of Soul is just good, man. Y'all, they just good. Yeah. See, y'all might sound biased, but people be laughing at me when I go to the anything that this Ocean of Soul is at. I stop everything and I watch them. I like bands. Y'all gotta understand. I played the trumpet, played the drums, can play the saxophone. I can play a lot of stuff. I just love the band. She had the power. See, Janae, we can sit here and talk about everything. They wasn't, everybody just wasn't black in Beyonce's thing. Everybody was great. That's what we should be celebrating. Because if your ass black and your ass ain't great, you ain't being on my show. You got to go get great, then come back. I ain't finna shut you out, but you got to be great. She even brought back her old girl. What's her name? Hold on. I got all that stuff. Hold on. What would she do? She even brought back, hold up, y'all. What's my young girl name? Her old band director, her whole choreographer. She even brought her back. Trying to find. Boy, you got, listen, this girl, you know, I'm gonna just go here. Because I know y'all going here. I know y'all going. I'm just thinking about here. Cindy LaRoy, you watch, Cindy, you also watch Kelly Rowland grow up. She said, read the horses are born black and turn white as they age. Symbolism of white washed out. Oh my God. Oh my God, Sonya. I didn't read that one, Sonya. I didn't read that one. I got to go read it. Sonya's saying this now. I ain't said this. Sonya's saying this. She may be always rep for black people. Oh, yes. My daughter is in the Ocean of Soul, and she said that was her best experience. Shout out to Darius Haggerty. It was awesome. She said, I'm still on holding one to Charlie knocked down. You got to be good, y'all. And I was thinking about, I don't know what Beyonce did to Netflix, though. But they understood the assignment because you didn't see a buffering issue the entire performance. The Mike Tyson event, they was buffering and buffering and buffering and buffering. Check this out. And then somebody called me for the amount of money that was paid for her performances. They knew they had one job and came through flawlessly. Y'all got to realize, Netflix would buffer on you. They didn't buffer not 1 second. So they got the power to not buffer. Y'all, it's blasphemy, but because these other 2 guys I just love to death. But I'm going to declare that Beyonce is the best performer to ever live after Michael Jackson. I love Prince too. There's no one else that's currently living that's a better performer live. Yo, I was captivated. I was sitting there thinking about it. Cindy, yes, sir. Hey, Cindy, why do you think I said that? Think about this. You see these girls behind me. It's Beyonce. You got Tanner Adele, Brittany Spencer, Raina Roberts, and Tierra Kennedy. all looking angelic behind me. These country singers, black country singers that up until now I didn't know all of them's name. Tanner Adele, Brittany Spencer, Raina Roberts, and Tierra Kennedy. Uh, y'all, if you go back and watch the car, when Beyonce was riding in the back of the car, did y'all notice what was in the car? Anybody, can they tell me who was in the car with her? What was in the car? What was in the car with her? Mike, I'm telling you, Mike, you got to understand. I was not, Mike, I'm watching basketball on one channel, and I'm serious. I wasn't really thinking about Beyonce as performing. Because really and truly, I've been to her concerts. I just, I like the concerts, but I just think they're for women. Nothing against it. I just think it for women. So if I want to just go and see a lot of women, then I go to concert. I've been several times, uh, backstage and everything. But I'm sitting here thinking about something, right? What was in the car? Anybody find out what was in the car? Donna said, "Why are folks talking about her money?" Yeah, that's all. But get everybody. You know what? Hey, Donna. Everybody talk about money. It ain't. It's you got to understand to put on a production like that, Donna. It costs money. So everybody want to understand who paid for. Do y'all know TSU? Donna, you know TSU uniforms, everything, all that stuff that was paid for. So I don't think they were worried about her money. Cause Donna, I don't know if you know, artists don't get paid but scale to perform at halftime at the Super Bowl. But the Super Bowl pays for all the production, all the everything that goes in production. And what the artists get is that free publicity that goes around the world. But in this particular case, Netflix, because it's business, Donna. And I just want to share, and I'm glad you brought that up, Donna, because it's business. Yes, it's business. She performed. She didn't show up, but Donna, and speak like she did for Kamala Harris, and she talking about she didn't get paid for that. People lied, the Republican Party. But this time, when when she get to sing it, you got to pay. Like Shantae Moore used to tell me, you stick that money in me, you stick that money in there, I sing. So it's just unique about those young women. But Beyonce, Gazelle, Knowles Carter, you brought back Ashley. That's her name, Ashley Everett. You brought back the girls who are next up. In the those young ladies behind me. You had Blue Ivy up there on the stage. You rep for your hometown. Cause I saw the slabs on the Chevys and things like that. You had black men standing on horses, Beyonce. You gave us vocals and beauty and talent and raised the standard again. I thank you. I thank you when you brought back Ashley, because Ashley left because she wanted to pursue her. That's her main choreographer. She wanted to pursue her solo career. And Beyonce, no, baby, you got to come back for this. Yes. So what's in the car? I like that. Janae wouldn't let me. That girl's so smart. See these women. Janae, go back and look at it again and look in front of her. She had a fan. She liked the fan blowing how. She had the fan in the back of the fan was at the bottom. You can see you got to go take a close look at it now. But the fan is in a real fan. It's in a face up blowing at her. Yes, that's the fan. She got the bread though. But Donna, I did some little research, Donna. Guess what happened? Her and Netflix been in a partnership since the homecoming. This was the third installment. They got to re-up now. This is the third installment of the $20 million. They gave a $20 million for that, $20 million for something else, and $20 million for this. This is a third installment from Netflix. That's why Netflix waited until it was on a Netflix a platform. That's why CBS and everybody else didn't get this. And they also gonna turn the making of it into a Netflix special. You got me? Don, I love you. Yeah, the Coachella performance. Yes, the Coachella performance. So her and Netflix got this thing. She a bad girl, man. But y'all, when I saw that Ocean of Soul, these little kids that walk around the campus that I see all the time, they are so sharp and crisp and professional in them dances and Blue Ivy. Y'all don't understand, man. I'm sorry. I got to talk about this. I think that people that didn't like her, you know, because if you go online, there's a lot of people like Jason Whitlock. He gonna put out a tweet talking about, hold on, I got to let y'all just hate him a little bit more. How much money is being blown on Beyonce singing a bunch of songs no one knows? This is ridiculous. This what Jason Whitlock said. But let me keep going. Let me get back to Beyonce. Somebody said he didn't like her. The performers should take in consideration, but as Janae was saying, the performer should take in consideration the statement that she made. I know you missed it, but that was black people, Janae said. Excellent. Top of the line, as we always are, black people. Even the background singers and the female country artists as well. Post Malone ain't black. So everybody wasn't black. I don't even know. I just heard of his name. I ain't never heard none of his songs. But a lot of stuff we can't see because we hate each other too much to look and to wonder why we stuck to the bottom. My grandson, like soot. We got to stop all this blind hating. I saw it online. That woman is $1 billion strong, and some of us are still looking for jobs. Her career is cemented in history forever. And we hope we can be able to be a boss and be in control, where we can control the shots like that. She was Geppetto. She was controlling that whole thing. She knew that she needed to have Ashley back. Man, this girl is bad, man. Then she, at the top of the year, you had the black dude with the dreads named Shabuzi. One of Beyonce's AR people heard him at a showcase and invited him to work on Cowboy Carter. He did a lot of the songs with her. And by the end of the year, that young man earned the longest running solo #1 song of all time and performed it with Beyonce at halftime. Beyonce's Parkwood Entertainment, that's the name of her company, and Jesse Collins Entertainment. The electrifying performance, y'all, was reportedly part of a $60 million 3-project deal she inked with Netflix in 2019. Her first project was the stream of the 2019 concert film documented Homecoming, a film by Beyonce, which featured her headlining slot at Coachella. Somebody so eloquent, I think, Janae. The price of the first project hovered around 20 million. They said, if you believe this to be true, then it's 20 million specific. Yeah, it's the girl was just bad, man. She was just bad. I mean, hey man, I just saw all the people there. I mean, I just, I wish I was there. I'll be a couple of days late, but happy holidays to everybody. Uh, but that's that girl bad, man. That's all I can say. I can sit here and she's just bad. She just bad. You know what I was thinking about in Christmas yesterday, and I was just thinking about with my grandson and just with my daughter. We just sitting there. Y'all got to see him. He was so cute yesterday. He just ain't got his attention span, man. Every time he open up one, he would play with that with a minute, but then he won't go mess with that. I mean, it was just it was a madhouse. But I just enjoyed watching him. I haven't did that in a long time, right? Enjoying seeing a toddler. See, my kid's grown. See, seeing a toddler just enjoy the innocence of just he don't even know he's two. He don't even know what's going. But that was a highlight, a highlight, a highlight. I was thinking about Walter Yates again this weekend, celebrating his life again. Celebrate his life around Christmas. Last Thursday, last weekend, um, he was he made transition. But y'all, I got something for y'all. Y'all might need to keep some notes. I got some things that didn't exist on Christmas 25 years ago. Y'all ready? James, y'all ready? iPhone, Tesla, YouTube, X, SpaceX, Gmail, Instagram, Bitcoin, Facebook, Skype, Amazon Prime, Google Maps, Netflix streaming, Android, App Store, WhatsApp, TikTok, Snapchat, Fitbit, Xbox, Pinterest, LinkedIn, iPad, Uber, Airbnb, Reddit, Spotify, and Zoom. Just 25 years ago. What's going to happen in the next 25? Shout out to the Houston Rockets, young men going giving back to the communities, and shout out to James Harden. Uh, uh, he did some uh, 13 Foundation on Christmas Eve. They took new owners. They shopping. It was some owners that they reached out to Habitat of Humanity. Um, they got in their new home, but they were sometimes when you get in a new home you struggle. But he took them to Target and just let them just buy whatever they wanted, ever they needed, whatever. He surprised new homeowners Christmas Eve. Took them to Target. His Impact 13 Foundation, 20 families who recently became homeowners through the Houston Habitat for Humanity. The holiday season was made brighter by the generosity of James Harden and his foundation. The event provided much needed relief as they navigate the financial challenges of selling into their new homes. Jason Wright, a new homeowner, expressed his gratitude. He said it's very supportive. It's a blessing. He said things like this don't come at all times. He said when you see an opportunity, you got to take advantage of it. And a couple of more people. Those the kind of things I just love hearing about our athletes. And because we hear so much negative. And James said, despite no longer living in Houston, he remains committed to this community. He said, they've done so much. The Houstonians done so much for me. Man, he said, my entire family lives here. Think about that. That man's whole family live in Houston. They from LA. He in LA. His whole family live in Houston. And he said, uh, he said, Houston is what I am. It's a part of me. They've done so much for me. It's an honor to give back. This city deserves it. Shout out to him, man. You know, I know he didn't get y'all no championship, and y'all mad. Another young man I want to shout because this won't take off like the other stuff did. And I wonder how many of y'all done even heard this. I think I got the video of it. But Travis Hunter surprised his little brother. His name is Travis. With an Adidas deal. Y'all hear what I said? Hold on. Y'all share the show with an Adidas deal. Did I know it? No, hold on. I know I put this in there. Let me see. Wait. Watch this. Check this out.
You gonna be first one. He gonna sign yours first. Sign yours first. Get that, bro. You a man? Huh? You a man? Nah, man. Welcome to Adidas family, dog. You're a part with me, bro. I had to get you in on the deal, dog. Got you in on the deal, dog. Don't even worry about it. You're a part of the deal too, dog. So, you don't need nothing signed, bro. You got signed too, dog. Let's say go crazy, didn't it? You're a part of the deal, bro. Welcome to Adidas family, dog. Yes, sir. Hey, get your ass out of the way. There you go now.
Hey, y'all, I've been around a long time. What's up, Trey? I've been around a long time. I haven't seen that. That young man told Adidas, look, I got a young high school player. I got a young high school brother. I need him to have an NIL deal. Travis, man, I don't care what's happening. This too shall pass. Young man, I'm praying for you, and I wish the best for you, dude. You are the people that I've been around you before. I did, I knew you was gonna be good, but I didn't know. I remember you at Jackson State. I remember you coming to Houston. I remember you come. Y'all played in Houston. You and Shador, but Jackson State played against Texas Southern. Texas Southern team that year can say, I played against the number one and the number two. I'm at a HBCU, and I played with the number one and the number two top 5 picks against me. And shout out to Travis, man. I'm just proud. I saw Ray is in the Forsett is in the pool. He works with the team that helps him along. And shout out to him. I got somebody else I want to shout out to y'all too. And I want y'all to do me a favor. If you get a chance, go watch the 688. It was a monologue in there. I can't play it because I don't want to fringe on Tyler Perry's movies and stuff like that. But it was a monologue that Kerry Washington. That performance was so unforgettable for me, and I can't get over. So I had to share it with you. If you haven't seen 688, it's toward the end. When the bigoted general walked in, tried to down her and down the women and down what the black women were doing. And she knew she had a chance of being court martial, and she gave him everything. It was the most. Y'all, I'm just telling y'all, we can talk about Tyler Perry all they want to. Other than the makeup artist, whoever he used, that was, y'all, if you don't do nothing else, before we come back next week, I want y'all to come talk about how we get, y'all, that movie, and I'm not telling you, I'm just giving you some stuff. It's just, I never, do you see how our history is they just try to erase it? How how they just I didn't know nothing about this. I never knew about that battalion of black women. I guess my grandson did. Yeah, the wardrobe was unbelievable. I'm going to watch that movie that they had on. My wife said it was very good, and she's a stop it, Paul. But I can't forget it, y'all. How powerful and how the women on the set, when you go back and listen to them, how they said title treated this film. And some people, man, he put dresses on. If you had to put a dress on to get where you can put your pants on, man, hey, man, I ain't mad at you. Happy holidays, Mr. Pettit. But when that lady had her little soliloquy, her little, I call it that scene, Kerry Washington. Uh, I'm sorry, y'all. I don't mean to, y'all. It just touched me. It just, y'all know how I feel about black women, and I watched how dismissive. I watched Oprah Winfrey playing Mary Bethune, McLeod Bethune. Uh, yes, that Mary Bethune Cookman, that Mary McLeod Bethune. I saw Oprah playing her at the White House and saying, "Look, let's give these women a chance." I mean, it's unbelievable, man. I'm sorry. I'm gonna leave it alone, but it just got me. It just got me. And I got another question. What my basketball players? What my basketball people at? I need you, Paul. Stay here. I need all your basketball people. I need everybody who think they know about basketball and high school basketball. I want to ask you a question. Then I'm gonna get into some. Uh, Cooper Flag or AJ DeBanster? If you were a GM, which one would you build your team around? So we can hold that. I got to go back because I've been had these notes. I'm just going to my notes um, because I had something to talk about the other day. Uh, uh, Shout out to Luka Doncic. He got hurt in the game yesterday. I wanted to talk about some NBA, but I got to get this because I haven't had this since what day did I have this on? On the 22nd. I've been had this information. AJ DeBanster. Yeah. What I said? I thought I said AJ. Oh, he said AJ. Um, Ivan Pettit, watch this, man. I want you to take a look at this. That was a terrible how those women died in action. Yeah, boy. Yeah. Well, you can't tell the movie, man. You don't tell the movie. Don't tell the movie. Then at the end, when you see the actual footage, these ladies were even sharper looking. Oh, man, boy, I love it. Boy, that movie. Tyler Perry, Tyler Perry brought that story to life. Wasn't nobody else. That's why we have to tell our own stories. That's why we have to have important places like this, like the Chop Shop, so we can tell our own stories. Janae is a storyteller. We need platforms to tell our own story. So the Luka Doncic Foundation, y'all, did something. And I want to share with y'all. Let me make sure I got everything. I want to be able to get all my stuff situated here for everybody. Uh, they did some research and they said the stats are in. They survey. Y'all need to share this right now. Tag somebody right now. I know some people traveling to Dallas to go to these games. I know some people already in Arkansas. Everybody in the gym, everybody everywhere need to be listening to this right now. I got something I just want to share with y'all. They did a survey of over 1,200 parents to see the real impact of basketball on their kids. What they've learned, I'm going to share with you in a minute. The game is changing lives in ways you wouldn't expect. What I said a second ago, the stats are in. I'm finna give you some key foundings from the Luka Doncic Foundation. Luka Doncic funded this research, this groundbreaking study. I'm telling y'all need to get to your friends right now. What basketball has done for your kids, for their kids, for everybody's kid. Let me keep going. Put this number. I got a number for y'all. Know I like numbers. 64% of parents believe their children have become more confident as a result of playing basketball. Confidence grows when kids are allowed to play, make mistakes, and learn through sport. You got that? Write that down. 64% of the parents believe their children have become more confident. Everybody got that? All right, let me take that one off. All right. 61% of the parents report that their kids have become healthier or stronger because of the game of basketball. Basketball isn't just about ball, it's about building a stronger, healthier generation. Y'all got me? Okay. If I got that one, screenshot it. 64%. It's another 64% of parents said their kids have made new friends through basketball. The game is about more than just competition. It's about building relationship, teamwork, and friendships. My son's best friends now are most of the guys he met playing college basketball. Makes sense. Then they said, got another one for you. But the rising cost of playing basketball is creating barriers for families. In the US, parents spend an average of $873 per year on youth basketball. We need to find ways to make this more accessible. It's from the Luka Doncic Foundation. He spent this money to give this information. Because if we don't know what's wrong, we won't know what's wrong. Right? Let's see, what's this next one? Here we go. More than 1 in 4 U.S. parents agree that youth basketball is becoming more about making money than teaching kids. It's time to refocus on what truly matters: youth development and joy through the game. You got me? Share the show, y'all. Share it, share it, share it. Watch this. Watch this. Y'all know it's important. If I had to put graphics in it. More than 1 in 2 U.S. parents believe their child has to play basketball year-round to remain competitive. This year-round focus is leading to burnout and injuries, and we need to find a better balance. It's a study of 1,200 parents by the Luka Doncic Foundation, in case you just came on. These ain't Robert Hatter's words, because y'all always try to say what I say I said. 43% of U.S. parents believe youth basketball is now focused on individual star power than team first play. It's time to shift back to what made the game great: teamwork, respect, growth for every player, not just the best one. I added that one. I added that one. So. Now, Luka's call to action was, this is call to action. Where we at? He said, when we treat young players like pros, we lose the friendship, the growth, the fun that makes sports special. Let's bring joy back to the game. Okay? Let's keep going. Where is it? He said, discover the challenges facing youth basketball and how we can create lasting change. The Inside Youth Basketball Report is packed with insights that might help us make the game better everywhere. I got a whole lot of stuff, and I'm gonna be giving it to you, on the way. But because you got to realize, if I'm sitting here saying uh, that this whole system is messed up, we need to just let it burn down. It's my responsibility to just talk about it. I have to come up with solutions. So what I did, been studying and studying, trying to figure out how can we help the basketball community, our young kids, grow up and enjoy. I mean, I used to love to play basketball. Yo, I'm telling you, these kids, you know what made me think about something? Uh, Made me think about something just the other day, Brandy. You know, they had the G League showcase down in Orlando, and Brandy was playing pretty doggone good down there, Brandy, and it was crickets. Wasn't nobody saying nothing. He had a 30-point performance and a loss versus Valley Sun in front of all the GMs. Then he come back the next game and didn't have but 6 points. However, the unanimous opinion of Bronny James is that he needs to just spend more time in the G League just to get better. This is a hard game. I watched Victor Wembanyama have 42 points, all these blocks and all these things, and he still don't know how to play yet. But y'all remember, people on this show, people on y'all know on your Facebook was just tearing this little kid's head off. And Sonya said something. She said, I always believe my kids should be able to play as many sports as possible. But this year, round, round single sports limits our kids' development. Yes, it does. My son has I ain't never been able to pronounce that word. And I'm gonna put it on the but Vitilgo, Vitigo, Vitilgo. I've never been able to pronounce that word, Brandon, and I admit. But but basketball courting was one of the safe spaces. No one judged his appearance. Handsome young man too. But I was thinking about this kid because after his second G League showcase game, he discussed staying level headed, and despite all the hype and the commentary about his career, his daddy this, his daddy this, and his daddy uh, noise from outside. He said, it flies in one ear and out of the other. He said, but my family, my parents, they're extremely thankful that I'm not only able to play basketball, but also to just walk around and speak to other people. He said, it's a blessing. It's LeBron James. It's a blessing to be able to play this sport that I love. He said, there's a chance I wasn't going to be able to So I wake up and I'm thankful for every day. But still, the experience he's gone through have helped mold him into a better player. He said, he said, I've become resilient over the past couple of years, fighting through injuries, mental illness, stuff like that. He said, just to know coming in and working every day and staying the course. 17 months removed from going through cardiac arrest. And it's still a mental hurdle that he had to face every single day. After the health scare and going into cardiac arrest, Bronny James is not only grateful to still be playing basketball and to have a clean slate in life, he says, not something that I take for granted. The vitiligo, 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 is it the first vitiligo or vitiligo? First one out of cycle. Some of y'all can't pronounce it too. Y'all, wait a minute. Yeah. Let me look online. Let me look online right quick. Cause let me somebody might have texted me. Y'all, I got something going on that happened at 12:30, and I haven't been able to let me see, can I find something on TV about it? Uh um Something kind of close to me. Uh Close to me, and I'll tell you why in a second. Let me see. They must still be in the press conference. Uh, Pat Riley said, "We ain't trade no Jimmy Butler too." All you people talking about Jimmy Butler. Uh, it's not on here. Vitiligo. Vitiligo. Uh, Vitiligo. I like that one better. Man, this man talking about vitiligo. There ain't no damn vitiligo. Wait a minute, y'all. Which one is it, man? Do y'all see all these different spellings? Y'all watch this. I shouldn't have asked y'all, because y'all don't know what the hell y'all talking about. Hold on. Y'all don't know what the hell y'all talking about. Look at all these people. Hold on. Look at all this. Look at all this. Y'all see them girls behind me? Y'all see them girls behind me? Which one is right? V Vitaligo. Let me see what Bachelor said. Vitiligo. Ah! All right. No. I'm gonna go. I know how to get it. I'm gonna get when I get off the show. I'll get it. I'll get it. I get it. I didn't know. Brandon was gonna bring that up. Brandon, thank you, baby. Cause I'm gonna get it right. I'm gonna get it right, Brandon. You know how I am. But man, y'all shout out because at 12:30 to a man I really didn't know, but y'all know how other people affect other people that affect you. Um, Jim Larinaga from University of Minnesota, Miami, he stepped down today, 2 years after a historic Final Four run a couple of years ago. I think it was in Houston. Yeah. Um, but I it got to me. Just in case, less than 2 years after leading the University of Miami to his first Final Four in school history, Jim Larinaga, he stepped down. He's 75 years old. He old, right? He's an older guy. But his associate head coach happened to be a man that changed my life. He, Alan Branch told him about my son, and he coached at Cornell. His name Bill Courtney. Bill Courtney came down here and convinced me. He really didn't have to convince me because I told he was going Ivy anyway. It was one of them four. But Bill Courtney and Marlon Sears, Bill Courtney, who's black, Marlon Sears, who was black, the associate head coach and the head coach. I wanted my son to play for a black coach, African high school coach was black coach. I coached him. Most of the coaches that coached him around. Only time he coached by a white coach when he went to the Houston Hoops and played and coached by the coach who coached a couple of years ago before. I know his name. Y'all gonna tell me in a minute. But uh, I'm sitting up here thinking about Bill Courtney would, I think, going to take over as interim coach at Miami. So I'm pulling for Miami. So if you hear me talking about Miami, y'all got to remember this was the coaches. These was the two coaches that when my son was real sick, and he called me late in the middle of the night, and I knew he was sick, and these two men got up out of their bed and when it took him to the hospital. I'll never forget it. I never ever forget. I'm 1,700 miles away. It's gonna take me 2 planes to get to Cornell, no matter what flight I fly on. It's gonna take me 2 planes. So it's hard to get to because you're in Ithaca, New York. You have to go to Syracuse, or you have to go to Newark, and you go Syracuse, New York. You can get on a plane. Then you can get on one plane if you go to Syracuse, but then you got to drive 45 minutes. So. Uh, I'm pulling for that team. A young kid, Hugo Divine, is on that team. I think they're 4-8 right now. They're not. Yeah, and he just gonna step back. It's. I'm sitting there thinking about it, man. Since the conclusion of the 2016-17 season, the ACC has lost the following head coaches: Mike Krzyzewski, Roy Williams, Rick Pitino, Jim Boeheim, Tony Bennett, Mike Bray, Buzz Williams, and Jim Larranaga. Shout out to Mr. Larranaga. I never met you, but I know how Bill feel about you. Y'all been to the Final Four twice at George Mason. Y'all went to the Final Four. Bill was your coach then, and y'all went to Final Four, and he was your associate head coach in Miami. This sport is changing. These these handlers, these people who control these kids' mind now, that can tell a kid, got influence over the kid, the influencers. I'm not feeling sorry for Larranaga. I just know what's going on out here a lot. But my advice to you handlers and your workout guys and all you guys, right? I got this from the other day from one of the coaches, Bobby Hurley, or Dan Hurley. He said, let the coaches do their jobs. All right. They not holding your players back. And everybody wants the same thing. I never forget. John Urey called me talking about, man, I ain't playing my dude, man. Shut up. Let the coaches do their jobs. Parents, handlers, let the coaches do their job. They're not holding your player back. And everyone wants the same thing. If your son, if your guy is an NBA player, coaches want that for them too. And would love to have a pro on his resume. Do y'all understand that? I can't believe ain't nobody texting me right now. So I know I'm getting to somebody. So you think a coach got a pro on his team and ain't gonna play the pro. Boy, ain't nobody said nothing. Paul, I'm gonna just let that sit there. I'm gonna give me some water. Must be a lot of handlers on friends on this thing. My son didn't play but 39 minutes. Baby, it ain't but 40 minutes in the game. But who are all of these bozos managing these kids, feeding them a bunch of crap? He can go somewhere else. He can be a starter here. He a first round pick here. And you helicopter parents that are delusional about the kids, the workout guys, other people that latch on. Yo, I looked at this. What's this dude's name? Let me find his name. Hold on. I want to make sure I got his name for y'all. Let me look at my phone on it. Oh, the NBA. I got the last name. Got the last name. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on, Jimbo. I'm gonna tell you his name. Hold on. Peyton Pritchard. Do y'all know the #1 ranked player in offensive efficiency is a 6'1" guard who has 0 dunks? Peyton Pritchard. Look it up. Google it. 6'1". The most efficient offensive player in the NBA, and he ain't got not 1 dunk. Skill and toughness. Young Hooper should be studying this man's every move. Every young Hooper who's not as physically gifted needs to really be studying him. But most of all, he has this insane obsession and work ethic that can't be taught. And Jimmy, all these people talking about shooting. Y'all talking about like, he can shoot the 3. He can shoot this. Let me tell you something. If you can't make 5 shots in a row, uncontested, and on the move, in a workout, you most likely, if I was coaching you, you couldn't shoot those shots in a game. You got to be able to hit shot after shot after shot after shot, uncontested. The best players shoot 80% in workouts. Somebody called me about that this morning. That man, ain't nobody, listen, he in the, yeah, I'm gonna bring you in, Jimmy. Paul Moran. I know you ain't been on in a while. Sometimes your brain, you're not as sharp. You gonna put on this feed, Peyton Pritchard was always good, Hatter. Played with Seattle Roadie for years. Ain't no, he in the NBA. He won it a 450. Everybody, I would think I know he's good. But I said he was the #1 ranked player in offensive efficiency. Duh. I don't care where his parents played at. His parents played at Oklahoma. Ain't nobody talking about Carson Edwards. Carson Edwards ain't even in the league. What the hell are you talking about Carson Edwards for? Paul Moran, wait a minute. Let me put it on the screen so you can read it. So you can read what you said. That He ain't always been the number one efficient player in the NBA. Well, what I'm talking about his last 2 years. He was a journeyman. He was a bitch rider. And now, Jimmy, Peyton Pritchard has always been good. It ain't but 450 NBA players right now. He one of them. He more than good. But at 6'1", being the most efficient offensive player in the NBA with Shea Gilgeous Alexander and all of these guys and Jason Tatum and Giannis and all them people on the St. Luca and all these people, and you telling me it's always been good? Come on, man. Don't be so disingenuous. I'm going to use that. Jimmy, that's a new name I'm using. Journeyman on the Celtics. On the Celtics, he's a bitch rider. He been a bitch rider. Go look at it. Go look at his numbers, Paul Miranda, since he's always been great. You just can't quit. You just can't. He's a journeyman to me. I bet you most people on this feed don't know who the hell he is. But yeah, Jimmy, I'm glad to have you, man. Paul Miranda just always got some. He always been good. Shit, he in the NBA. Jimmy, I got a question. Do you know somebody in the NBA that ain't good? You might think it ain't good. But y'all, everybody, it ain't but 450 of them on the planet. It ain't but almost 5,000 of them ever to live. But keep going. What's up, man? Oh yeah. Come on with it.
All right. What's going on this
No, you
Baby
was pretty
Friday on
quiet
the
over there
Chop
for a
Shop?
reason.
Happy holidays, you guys. Want to make sure, first and foremost, I invite you guys to share the show if you haven't done so already. Um, I was putting up some info for you guys, and that is to, I'm not sure if how of you informed them, but the services for Walter Yates Jr. will be next Saturday, January the 4th, 12 noon at the Greater Galilee Missionary Baptist Church. That's 4637 Gano Street, Gano 77009. That's the Greater Galilee. And that's Saturday, January the 4th. Walter Yates Jr., who was an avid participant in the Boom Boom Room on the Chop Shop. So
Jimmy, he was one
Walter's
of the
no longer.
first. He was one of the first. He was one of
Actually,
the
I think
first.
he might have helped name the Boom Boom Room.
He did. He was one of the first.
I think we
It was him.
collectively, when we first started the Chop Shop, guys, we were on the AM dial in Houston, and then later 2 different FM radio stations. And at the time, first, of course, it was just radio. Then the experiment with Facebook and streaming, we were ahead of the curve, and everybody didn't have the bandwidth or whatever to check the show out, or it didn't, at that time for streaming stuff. So we would call that audience on the Facebook at first. That's all it was at first. Was we would call them the Boom Boom Room, as in reference to the movie Life with Eddie Murphy and Martin Lawrence, and that reference of that Boom Boom Room. And so that's, I think, Walter Yates. Now that I think about it, you just said it, he confirmed it. He is credited for describing what you guys are posting. We call it the Boom Boom Room. And so, Walt passed away last week, and his services, if you just tuned in, will be next Saturday, January the 4th at the Greater Galilee Missionary Baptist Church in Houston. It's on Gano Street, Gano. So that's great because uh, it's numerous coaching as far as but the people that knew his father and him, expected to come and pay their respect and during as they in this going home celebration. So I want to get that out the way first, and then now we can shift gears, how to talk some college hoops, then some high school hoops. A lot of stuff going on this weekend in high schools. But first, college basketball news. Of course, uh, head coach of Miami, right, Jim Larinaga, has stepped down from his job as the head men's basketball coach at Miami. Uh, Direct news, because of course every other roster out there has a player from Texas. Every other roster has somebody from Texas in that rotation. There's a true freshman from out of Houston named Divine Uguchukwu. And Divine played at Clements High School, who was undefeated until they got ousted in the playoffs this past season. So he's actually started the last game that they played the other day, which was I think it was Mount St. Mary's, if I'm not mistaken, out of, and that was a loss. Miami had lost 7 of their last 8 games. That ain't no fun feeling. Combined with, you have to realize this, we're in a new wave. And you see more and more coaches are saying to hell with this stuff because the tactics or the methods or the drill sergeant ways of disciplining and molding these young men is not necessarily working for everyone nowadays. That these young men many have become the breadwinners in their immediate family, meaning that some of these young men are making more than mama or dad, some cases both combined. And now they're not accepting being scolded as they would in yesteryear. So Larinaga, hell, this dude's 75 years old. He's 75 years old. That's probably the age of the grandparents. Not only do we not probably can't connect with those young players, he probably can't even connect with their mammas and pappies. So at some point, you're gonna see more and more of these guys. Remember, the coach at Michigan State, he threatened earlier this season. They right at the ship, and now they're back in the top 25. He was like, this thing is going to, I'm seeing it is going to totally flip the ship
Jamie,
on a
it
lot of
just
older
changed.
coaches.
Yeah, it just changed. I mean, life it's evolving, and but the unique thing about it, and it's unofficial, but the coach, the interim coach, gonna have this whole season of try to turn it around and see could he get the job. Is happened to be Bill Courtney, who coached Rob at Cornell. So I'm excited about that. But I want to let people know with Jim, he just finished his press conference. He said we made it to the Final Four just 18 months ago. He said the first time I went with the players after we went to the Final Four, he said 8 of them decided they were hitting the portal. He said, what was that all about? He said,
Hold on, time out. I know he's not whining about the portal. I
no,
know he's not. Go. I
he's
know
he,
he's not whining
no, no,
about the
no, no,
portal.
no. He's 75 years old. He said they just went to the Final Four.
Yeah.
And he said 8 players. Jimmy, that was new. Like that. Jimmy, when the Final Four was in Houston, they was at the one in Houston.
Yeah.
He at his press conference, he didn't like that shit. He can complain about. See, what y'all don't understand, everybody ain't coming from your point of view. Some of these coaches don't like it.
No. What I'm saying, my point that initially came in my mind was that same year, a little while later, he helped to reset whatever the market was. He helped to set it
But
because the
he didn't
kid
make
never
the
made a
transfer
mistake.
portal. He just gave them guys some money. He knew what was going on.
He gave a guy money that was normally like outside of the market, or
Yeah.
the market was setting itself.
But
He
that
gave
don't
a
mean he
kid some
can't
money
complain
that
about the portal, Jimmy. What he said, that ain't got nothing to do with him setting the market. He
no, the
just said,
market, the portal benefited him. That's my thing immediately with attention and attraction because everybody starts knowing Miami got the bag, y'all. Miami, no different schools that had the bag open, people were hopping too. So that was the
yeah,
thing regarding him.
and he said something else too. He said something else. I won't. He said, I just didn't feel like that I could successfully navigate this whole new world that I was dealing with because my conversations were ridiculous with an agent saying to me, well, you can get involved if you're willing to go to $1.1 million. He's saying that be the norm. He just couldn't do it no more. He said, let's give somebody else that can do it. Y'all got to understand, these dudes calling in as agents now, Jimmy. Jimmy, you need to see Jimmy. I was at the NIL conference, Jimmy, in Vegas. I looked around the room. Jimmy, I wouldn't let some of these people, man, do nothing for me. Let's known represent my son. And he got a whole lot of people that's influencing these kids just don't have a clue. And I'm sitting there. It's just different. It's just different. And he just said, hey man, I can't do it. I can't do it. And that's all right. Guess what? It's gonna be up to the next coach to do it. Bill Courtney can do it. He ain't got no shame in his game. Y'all got the money? Okay, I'm paying it. Y'all gotta understand, it ain't the coach's money. Only coach that had, but one coach that had to give some money, back because they were gonna fire his ass. Mike Norvell. Mike Norvell said, "Hold up, here 4.5, y'all, of my money. help out a little bit." So, Jim 70, that man been coaching for 40 years, man. He did the right thing. He did the right thing. He did the right thing.
No, I didn't expect. My thing is there's a lot of other coaches out there that's over 70 years old that this is going to affect once. Understand, it mounts when you lose 7 out of 8 games for the first time, probably since you've been at Miami.
Absolutely.
That stuff pressures. And some of those losses were to teams, most of those losses were to unranked teams. And you are just emerging into ACC conference play. This ain't the old ACC, Hatter. This is the ACC that's been remixed with about 18 teams now in that conference, including teams like California, that was in the Pac-12. They're in the ACC. Now, even though they're not a powerhouse, I'm just saying about the travel and you have to go and all the stuff that goes. That's coast to coast travel. 7 out of 8 losses. That locker room ain't the same. That bus ride back to the hotel ain't the same. Them plane rides ain't the same. Then you look around, you start to really assess. You start weighing. It's the holidays. You go home or you try to recharge your battery, and you look at your family. You reflect and say, you know what? That grandbaby felt good, man. Holding my grandbaby. Let me go spend some more time with this grandboy. That's. I'm just guesstimating. I'm not saying this by no means is what Coach Larinaga said. No, this is how this human nature, how this stuff can make you just get real with reality. To hell with chasing, trying to help some of these other people, kids. Let me help my. Let me. I done did my part. I done been there, done that. So here we are now
Jimmy,
with
it ain't
him.
but 6 NCAA Division I coaches that are over 70 years old.
6 over 70. Who are they? Leonard
Leonard
Hamilton. Who
Hamilton,
else?
Fran Dumfrey, Larinaga,
What school is Fran at?
LaSalle,
Okay, I don't know
LaSalle,
that.
and Rick Pitino. Hamilton, Fran, Jim Larinaga, Patino. I'm trying to find the other two. There's two more somewhere. And get. Oh, they just gave me examples. Uh, that's amazing. That's amazing.
And I
Wow.
know Ham. I mentioned him the other day on the Chop Shop. Coach Hamilton has he's pretty much he's pretty much about ready to land the plane
Yeah.
in regard to this because excuse me, because it's a new
Oh,
now.
yeah. Dan D'Antoni. Dan D'Antoni. 76
Dan
at the
D'Antoni.
Marshall. And Cliff Ellis with East Carolina, the East Coastal Carolina. He's 77.
Oh
Yeah,
man.
that's it. Ain't many of them, but in
Ain't
these
many of them.
days,
Yeah, so but it gives another brother a chance to prove himself and to earn him a spot as uh,
yeah,
as a
but
head coach
yeah.
in that. Now, meanwhile, there are others that are out there that names are going to be popping up and have already probably popped up that has South Florida ties and one that quickly come to mind, Anthony Grant. He's from down that way, so I know his phone is going to be ringing. He's not the only one. Whoever is hot, because you
The
can't.
dude at George Mason right now. He's 11-1, 11-2, 11 something like that. And he was up under Larinaga too. So
Yeah,
in both places in Miami, before and in at George Mason when they won the Final Four. He was with him. He was one of the coaches on that same staff with Bill Courtney.
yeah. So that's I mean that's news. It's big news because Miami is not no run of the mill school.
Oh
That
hell no!
is that
Yeah,
is that
man.
is a
Now one
city
of them
with
don't run of the mill school.
well, some jobs are more tasty than others, and some jobs can offer a bigger bag to a coach and as well as the NIL than others. And Miami was one of those first ones that I think the guy that what it was the mattress company or the bed company or something they got in and did it, flipped it, gave money to the women's, the men's, and and got
Oh, that
people
was the
eyes.
fraud
And
dude. That's the fraud. They got him out of there. That was the fraud dude. Yeah, he was a
that was
fraud
a
dude.
fraud dude. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
okay, well,
yeah.
he was
They
he was OP. That what they
they
call it.
don't like to talk about him no more that much. Rodriguez, whatever his
OP.
damn
He
name
was
is.
OPPing, huh?
Yeah. He was doing a little something.
OPP.
No, he was doing more
OPP.
than PPPing. He was pissing.
No, I said OPP, like the song
Okay.
say. Oh,
Other
but I
people's
use
paper.
the last word. I substitute
Yeah,
the last word for money. You
that's
know what I'm
what
saying?
yeah.
Now,
But
somebody asked a question. What does this mean for Divine? What do you mean Divine is starting? He's a true freshman. Time will tell. He's not going to bench Divine. I mean,
Divine,
now this
when
new
did
coach,
Divine start, Jimmy? When did he start?
I think he started their last game.
Oh, okay, let me look. At first, he wasn't.
Yeah, he started they lost the game. Divine started. He didn't score. I think he started and he played some good minutes. Probably played half the game. He started the other day.
Okay, because
So
every game I seen him, he didn't start. Maybe I didn't see the last
yeah,
game.
yeah, he came off the bench and played 15 minutes, a good chunk. That's a hell of a minute slot for a true freshman especially in a team like that from in that conference. Put it like that, a team in that conference. But
But
yeah,
a
Divine.
lot of their players
So
got hurt too. A lot of their players hurt too now.
everybody is in auditioning mode when you have an interim coach take over. He's trying to earn a job. Feelings go out of it. He's trying to earn a job. That means he's trying to get how you do that is get wins. And that's going to and also redirect the atmosphere of the program. That means they're going to the ADs and the powers that be within Miami are going to interact or interview certain players to get a pulse on how they feel about this coach and how things have been going. What's the difference? What's the before and after? And those are things that take place. Because meanwhile, they will have to try to preserve the commitment from some of these players who may be going in the portal now. You have to re-recruit your kids. I just wish the NCAA had to just go on and say, you know what, to hell with It ain't no such thing as 4-year scholarships for scholastic athletes any damn way. I wish you just go on, just do it like they do it with the academics. You make this and you make this GPA this level, or do whatever you need to do. Then we renew your scholarship. That's what they do anyway. People think you got a 4-year ride. Coaches know how to run players off. They've been doing it for decades. Players, the one that are new to that, they don't know when they're being ran off until it's too late. They don't know when a coach is trying to make you quit. They don't know. The kids, they think, oh man, coach just tripping, maybe being hard on me. Could be coach really don't want you want to free that scholarship up. They want to free that scholarship up because they yank it from you in many cases. It could blackball that coach with whatever grassroots program you came from, whatever city you came from, and in many cases, whatever state you came from. It could. So they don't want to make it look like they kicked you out. It's kind of relationship. You want to break up? Stop calling. Stop texting. Stop communicating. Guess what? It'll bring itself to the table. It'll be time to have a talk. But anyway, shout out to Coach Courtney, rooting for him in that conference.
Oh, great man. Great man.
You know,
Yeah, I'm rooting for him too.
we'll be rooting for him. Yeah. So that's college news. Now we got out of as I clicked onto the Chop Shop in the Boom Boom Room. You know, I got to go on the other device through the Facebook, and then before I lock on, because we have one feed, the live feed for us, which is ahead of what you guys are seeing, probably by maybe 8 to 10 seconds. And then, so when I clicked into Facebook, the first thing popped up was a post from Omar Sneed. Shout out to Omar Sneed. He's a women's system basketball coach at Lamar University down in Beaumont, Texas. Omar Sneed is a legend of a basketball player from Beaumont Westbrook High School and went on and played overseas, had a lucrative career overseas, and now then coached high school basketball on the girls' side and the boys' side. Now he's, of course, been in college. I think it's third year, if I'm not mistaken. Well, he had a post. Adam, you go on your face, search it on your Facebook. Omar Sneed probably gonna be the first one, and it is, I guess, in relation to a quote from Luka Doncic from the Dallas Mavericks, and Luka said, I give you time as you searching for.
No, don't worry about
Luka
it. Just go with it.
Luka says kids are walking away from basketball and other sports because we replaced the joy with pressure. When we treat young players like pros, we lose the friendship, growth, and fun that make sports special. This has to change. This is a quote.
Jimmy, believe it or not, I talked about that in the early part of the show. But keep on coming.
We skip over that then. You wasted me 30 seconds.
Yeah.
You already talked about
I
that.
just wanted to make sure that was what you're talking about. Yeah.
So I'm saying you talked about Omar's comment.
I wasn't talking about Omar. I ain't talking about Omar. I was talking about Luke.
So since I went down the hole, I just go on and read you Omar's. He said, we have let so many non-basketball playing people into this beautiful game. Business has taken over at the youngest level so much that kids don't know how to be kids. Parents start to look at the kid as a way out, so of course they start to fall for anything. Everybody greedy, but yet it's too many starving. I see parents stick their chests out and change their whole character just because their kid can play a sport.
Hold up, Jimmy. Hold up, Jimmy. Hold up, Jimmy. He ain't lying on that. Hold on. I got to put this in there for him. Hold on. All right, keep going.
You say, where does all this pressure come from? Sticking to the script is hard, but the one blueprint that continues to stay relevant. Kids gonna mess up. It's normal. But us as adults, it's really a trash mentality. People thrive in healthy environments. What God got for you, no man can take away, right? Let God work and get back to being yourself. Work hard to achieve what your heart desires. And ups, I hit the thing and went off my screen.
That's
There
all
we
right.
go.
I
What your
got
heart
you.
desires, you got it?
Yeah, and having fun doing it. Real business comes with contracts. Until they're talking that, just relax. Y'all selling your souls for free flights than roughly the cost of $120 if you do it in enough time. We're switching up on people for as much as simple as possible, as real. Hey, what do you think about this? And I'm gonna tell you about Jimmy. And I'm glad you showed me this because I didn't see this part. I was going because Luca. First of all, let's qualify it. Luca just didn't say that. Luca, that was his comment after his foundation interviewed and researched 1,200 parents, and 1,200 parents. These are the things that they came up with, Jimmy, when them 1,200 parents came through. And I had put them on the screen. I put percentages up there on them, Jimmy. They said, they had stats, Jimmy. They said 64% of the parents believe that children have become more confident as a result of playing basketball, right? Then, Jimmy, they had said 64. Then they said 61% of parents report that their kids have become healthier and stronger because of the game of basketball. This the Luka Doncic found that he wasn't just, you know how some of them guys just run off and just say a quote? Luka went and paid for this study. And what he got out of that study, he said kids are walking away, and the parents that are walking away from the sport because, Jimmy, even women, do you know that girls' participation in basketball is at an all-time low? And the WNBA with the event with Angel Reese and Clark and them is up, but girls' participation in youth basketball has dropped significantly. I mean, I said, wow. So Lucas said, when we treat young players like pros, we lose the friendship, the growth, and the fun that makes the sport special. And then, and I'm glad he came up with this, his opinion of it, man, because I agree with some of it. And look at Chuck McGowan, who's over it. Look what he said, Jimmy. He confirmed what I said. He's in this space. He says very low, not just low. Wow. But I like
Yeah.
this. I like this, Jimmy. This. I didn't come from it from Steve because I didn't have. I just told a parent because what I'm doing, Jimmy, I'm studying the findings of the Luka Doncic Foundation, and I'm going to share it with the people. Not all in one day. I'm gonna just share it with the people as we go because they have some findings. Because if you're having problems, we got to find solutions. So they got some solutions for it. So that's I'm glad you brought that up because I just left it there. But what did he say? And I gave you the thing. I can't stand this part. The parents stick their chests out and change their whole character just because the kid can play. I done seen that shit so much time. It makes me, Jimmy. Some of these Negroes we wouldn't know if their kid couldn't play basketball. What else you done? They ain't done nothing else. You know what I'm saying? They known by their kid. What did you done on your own? So I've seen that a lot. Jimmy, I've seen that a lot, man. And that's one of my pet peeves in this whole thing. Your parents, Coach, little Johnny, they just start talking about him a little bit. You walking around with your chest stuck out. But what else? You want to add something to that?
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's a, I mean, if we can acknowledge that things are changing as we just talked about with the way that these kids and the pursuit of the bag and the NIL, what it has done, you have to realize, guys, we are in the state of Texas. It is yet to be legalized for high school players to receive name, image, likeness payments, prior to college.
Mm-hmm.
So that's coming. And kids, there's not much difference than a kid like, let's say, Divine, we mentioned a while ago at University of Miami, just 7 months ago, he was still going to homerooms. There would be somebody in the hallway telling them, get on the other side, go to your class. What you doing? Why you out here? I mean, for example, few months later, just a couple of months later, a couple of weeks later, first week of June, he's going to summer school. He's a college student. NIL checks start hitting for some of those guys, some in July, some in August. Hell, some get an envelope up front. So the thing is, these young people now, they're not, if these other guys done change and it's not going back, these young people done change now as well. The common denominator we identified several times before, and I remind you guys, and it is the word respect. There's a lack, no matter what these young people are, if the level of respect is maintained and possessed and exhibited, then it will feel a little bit different. It feels a whole different way when the rabbit got not only the gun but bullets. These young people don't have no respect for the elders.
Mm-mm.
They'll bump you in the elevator, won't say excuse me. They'll cuss. It used to be funny as an adult a few years back, a few decades ago. You would hear a young person cuss and you knew what they were going to say once they saw you. If you think they didn't saw you and they said a cuss word, they would see you and say, oh, excuse me, my bad. That's before they called us school. We were just regular old grown up. They still would say my bad or excuse me. That would be the common. And if they didn't, what the grown up would do? Probably you would kind of cough under your breath. And it would get their attention to remind them that you're there. Now, I think a lot of grown folks just don't have the energy that they think it would take, or don't want to risk that certain type of friendship that they may have with the kid by trying to correct them and make them understand the importance of respect. Respect going out the window. It's going out the window in a lot of places.
But Jimmy, they're Jimmy, but they are emulating what they're seeing. Young kid, Jimmy, it's a learned behavior. Jimmy, I'm sitting here watching my grandson. Anything that we do, anything that I do, he mocking everything. You have to watch everything you say, because that's how they learn. So they learn disrespect from somewhere. They just ain't born. He ain't just was born disrespect. Come on, he's a sweet little kid in there. You follow me? Jimmy, they just did. So it's a learned behavior. So maybe it's the adults around them were more respectful. Just maybe. Just maybe. You know, they'll try to practice what they see. We all learn by what they see. Jimmy, you learn what you see. Everything you learn about what you've seen and all you know is all you learn. All you know is all you learn. So we talk about respects, and I'm thinking about this, Jimmy, and Luka Doncic did not just do this study in America. They went around the world with this study. This just not American. So maybe we got to stop. It's what they're seeing us do. When I'm watching, like you saying, kids, won't don't they just in the gym. I was sitting with a group of girls one time at a basketball game. It was a group of girls behind me, And I just got up and walked away. I couldn't believe little high school girls, that's what they were saying. And I'm sitting there and I just wanted to shake every last damn one of them. But then a partner of mine sent me a video the other night. He said, "This why I'm glad I ain't got no daughter." Everybody want to be ratchet, and everybody want to have on and twerk everywhere. Nothing wrong with twerking. but but Jimmy, how you expect for them guys? How you expect for them guys? Look at what they're seeing. You got little bitty boys in little league football games coming out the wraps and grabbing straps and hitting people, the other team with them when they pass back because they done beat them. Some grown folks teaching them that. And y'all sometimes, hold on, I remember one time I was talking about, they had this one guy that's over a basketball team, and he was, he's kind of different. And people, oh, that's just him. Oh, that's just Jimmy. But the kids looking up to him. And you expect for the kids to be, come on, y'all. No, we ask for these kids. We ask you, I'm telling you, you are, man, I'm sitting there. I ain't been around a toddler, Jimmy, in a long time. This is the greatest experience that I have ever had in my entire life. I'm having a different experience because he's not mine. And I'm just sitting there watching how I have to navigate and how everybody around him have to navigate because he's so bright. You mess around and said SHIT. Guess what? He gonna say it. He's so bright. My daughter used Echo a lot. Echo, do this. Echo, do this. Echo, do this. Guess what he over there? Echo, trying to use Echo, won't listen to his voice though. Echo, have you ever used Echo, Jimmy? You ever use?
No, I
I
know what
don't
you're
do.
talking about.
I don't use it. So he watching everything. Echo, stop. Echo, he doing. I'm saying so, but he's watching. So these young kids, man, just they just mirroring what's happening in society. It's disrespect in society, Jimmy. And you expect the kids not to be disrespectful? Shh, gotta be. Come on, come on.
Well, that's the thing, and we have two comments.
Yeah, come
Uh,
on.
that's some people have chimed in on this topic,
Mm-hmm.
and one is coming from Chuck McCowan. He said he says it's in the thing how that you can copy. It's in the guest. He said youth cussing on the court is at an all-time high, and it's
Mm.
unbelievable how some of these parents slash coaches allow it to happen with zero consequences. Okay, it's a good case in point, Chuck. I was at the game just a couple of weeks ago when the kid cursed on the court, probably out of frustration, not necessarily at the ref, but just frustrated. Referee hit him with a tech. And from where I was posted at, I'm in keen earshot of the bleachers. There was at least 3 to 5 people, just say four is the over and under, that collectively yelled at the ref. He didn't even do nothing. You gave him that tick. He didn't do nothing. See, so people, the parents, because cuss word, and here's the and I cuss words have become a part of some of our mainstream television shows. It used to be damn. That would be all your ass would get on a show, and you thought that was boldened when you heard somebody say damn. Remember, one character who professed the word damn on a sitcom was the character JJ's mama on Good Times. She, damn, damn, damn. Remember, remember, but that was a different
That don't mean I can go say it though.
text. That was a different text of the word, but still we knew that that word meant serious business. Now you have TV sports talk shows on ESPN. They not only say damn, they say everything except maybe two cuss words out of the
Jimmy,
book.
Jimmy, I think it's big. I think it's bigger than that. I think it's bigger than that. And the reason I say that, them kids ain't watching that. Them kids watching stuff on their phone. They ain't watching TV. Them kids listening to music. Music is the killer. I don't
Now
know what.
the kids, what you say?
No.
And the other comment, before I go too far, the other comment was
Mhm.
from Melvin Dew says being more disrespectful is the trend. How I find some truth in that because I speak with school teachers and educators on a daily basis.
You live with one.
And yes, and it often seems like sometimes whenever a kid they they will show disrespect for laughs from their peers. They will show disrespect to the teacher, and that gives them a validation amongst their peers. That gives them cred that some reason for the reason for which why they are seeking it, I am unknown, but it gives them that. It appears to. And so the more they do it, they're gonna push it as far as they can. Like for example, now out of these kids, many of them know what teachers can't do to them. They know it that the teacher can't put their hands on you or they can't powder you, they can't shake, they can't. So these kids will do everything often to provoke the grown up, to provoke the teacher or the coach. And every now and then you see a video come out and go viral of some coach putting his hands on somebody's baby. You get that little clip, but not knowing what didn't happen before then. And there's no excuse for it. But at the same time, the level of disrespect. And it would used to be a time when a disrespect would be going on, somebody in the classroom would they would tell it. They would tell it. Now, instead of telling it, how are they hitting that record button? Because this could go, we don't know where this thing can go. This can go viral. I can get some likes, which would make my page become credible, which would give me cred.
Man, somebody just said something. Said something. Chuck said he's 51 years old and he's still this day never said a cuss word in front of him. Dude, I don't even feel right cursing in front of older people. It just ain't even, it just ain't in you. I guess, I mean, it's just the way sitting there and talking to a grown person. That's why when I saw them, the girls, Jimmy, they know I'm sitting right there in front of them. I just had to get up and walk away. Cause you say something to one of them, I said, man, you know what? I'm sitting on the other side. And I don't know if they so used to it. Just unbelievable, man. But keep going, Jim.
Yeah, I mean, other people chiming in as well, and I see, of course, the music industry um,
Oh, it's
definitely
powerful, Jimmy.
played
It's
a part,
powerful. It's powerful.
definitely a chunk of this.
It's
But at the
powerful, Jimmy.
same time, at the end of the day, whomever has the immediate influence over you at that moment or prior to then. They, it's like, for example, if you're a coach and the kids go out of town, you have your responsibility is to, you are in charge of those kids. Everybody has house rules. If your house rules are no music being played loud, no phone calls on speaker, then that means now everybody know to bring their earplugs or whatever. Those are rules that they are abiding by.
But Jimmy, them coaches listen to the same thing them boys listen to.
Many of them do. Many of them do. You know, and guess what? But at this, when it comes down to, that's the thing. You can listen to what you want to. It's freedom of speech and freedom to do anything in this country. But when it comes down to respect, some people just don't know. I really believe. I'm gonna pull up a layer. I'm gonna skin this banana. I've been in rooms when I've heard young people curse, and other grown-ups are in the room that may have be more of immediate family members. And so part of me is like, damn, that's your mama, or that's your, and you're cussing like that. And if the mama don't say nothing, or the daddy don't say nothing, or the grandparent don't say nothing, then hell, if I try to interact and the kid, this might go to the left. Now it's me and the kid jousting back and forth. Whose back are those grown parents gonna have if they're directly related to that kid who doing the cussing? That's a problem, you see. So sometimes the grown up, the nominal grown up adult that's not related will just say, you know what, I ain't for to get into it. Let me just move, like you said. That's one option, move away. But still, that doesn't solve the disrespect.
No, it don't solve it,
Disrespect.
but it gonna solve me. For I told you I wanted to share. I said I wanted. I looked back at them a couple of times. Do y'all realize I'm right here?
So tell me this. I got a good question. I got a really good question for this. Many of you guys watching the educators, many of you guys have kids that go to various schools. Public school parents, coaches, I need y'all to sit this one out. I need the private school parents, coaches. I'm asking the question to y'all. Do most of these private schools in 2024, do they allow cussing? Is the cussing prevalent in the hallways or in the games? Within where you can hear it in earshot. Football is different because you really can't hear what a player is saying on the football field. Referees, you can tell me if you're out there right in the chop shop. This is, come to the front. In private schools, games, referees, do the kids curse a lot in the private school games? Private school teachers, do those kids at those particular schools curse a lot in the hallways
So
and the
if they
class?
did or they not, Jimmy, what are you trying?
That
What
if they
conclusion you trying
did,
to make?
if they did not, then that means they are willingly and knowingly, because they know where they can do it at. Like sometimes we were little, we knew if we said a cuss word in the church house, immediately where I come from, we had one saying. We would say, "Forgive me, Lord," and keep on talking. If we cursed in the church, that means we sometimes it's unknowingly, it might slip out. Forgive me, God.
Yeah, yeah.
And we would keep going, right? Not knowing who we were talking to. We didn't mean it or not. We just would say it and keep on moving. So I'm wondering, because a lot of these kids I know for a fact in the public schools, I know that they are saying it purposely. They are knowingly and willingly. Not everybody who curses in public schools, but in the hallways, it's almost like I'm saying it. You ain't gonna do nothing to me about it. But I'm wondering if that's the same attitude in the private school.
Well, Darryl Barnes said I've officiated private school basketball
Okay.
exclusively, and I have yet to have a kid curse during a game. They come up
Wow.
after the game, shake my hand, and thank me for refereeing. Parents do
Okay,
it
that's
too.
one. That's one. We need more to build a big enough sample size.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
that's
but
one.
we ain't gonna have that many. I mean, y'all got to call, but y'all need to be
But
texting.
I'm saying, so that means that people know where they getting away with it, and a lot of the teachers may feel that, man, it's a lost cause.
Hey, hey,
I'm gonna do my
J-
8 and hit the gate.
Jimmy, Jimmy, let me laugh at Melvin Dudes talking about we listen to Melvin Dude. You can say what you wanna. Music is powerful. I'm gonna show you how powerful it is, Melvin Dudes. When I visit Africa and they was playing certain beats, they said music soothes the savage beast. And the beast is not as intelligent as you. And if you telling me that music, if you get your sons and all you do is play NBA YoungBoy for his ass for the rest of his life, for the rest of his adolescence, and you tell me NBA YoungBoy won't have an influence and you won't have the power over your son, man, you listen to music, Millie Jackson. But my mama, I know of Millie Jackson, but my mama, they let you sneak and listen to it, but you knew not to say the same things, Millie Jackson. These kids today don't know the difference, Melvin Dudes. So when you say that, don't give that kind of, it is powerful. You just don't understand how it's influencing your life and you don't understand. It's very powerful too, but keep on going, Jim.
Yeah. So and going back to this topic, if you just tuned to the Chop Shop, share the show if you haven't done so. Share the show if you haven't done so. We're about to get ready to land this plane. It's a good conversation, but at here's the thing: a lot of referees, Adam, feel like if I called these texts on these young people for cursing in these public school games, then that coach is going to get mad because he ain't got my back. Remember, that's what I'm thinking. It's some people don't enforce certain things when they feel that their peers, mean other grown folk, may not have their back. That coach would probably say, "Man, that what you doing? Why you call to check on my kid? Man, why? Just he said damn, just he said MF, just he said shit. You gonna call him and check on him for that? Come on, you bugging, ref." So now that ref may get blackballed or get on the scratch list, what they used to call it, where meaning that they will not bring him back to referee those games at their school. And or referee getting the same money if he the more texts he calls out is 2 shots and the ball. The more texts he call, the longer the game is gonna be for the same money. So why the hell would I call the tech? I'm just trying to get the hell up out of here, man.
No, we
They want
can't
to
blame
curse.
the refs. I'm not blaming the refs. I ain't going that far. I ain't blaming the refs. I ain't blaming the refs.
So, so you don't think that no ref has
I ain't
figured it
blaming
out?
the
That's
refs.
just like fouls. That's like certain fouls. Now I know for a fact about the fouls. I haven't asked them about the cussing. I will start to ask some of these refs when I approach many of them here and there. But I do know that certain referees won't call fouls early in games because they figure they will be in the gym all day and they getting the same money whether that game go to overtime, 6 overtimes, or in regulation. So some won't even call the fouls early on.
So we know it's happening. I just text somebody else who got private school kid, waiting on them to text me back. But somebody said like in Chicago is different. Animal. That is Moody said it's done in both private and Catholic leagues and charter and public schools. You have the same students, so that's different. He says some of the kids in private school coach as well, not as often. Okay, okay. See, that's just not a. At least Luca winning and got a 1,200. We got Jimmy. We got to do like Luca now. We got to get 1,200 parents. We got to get 1,200 parents. We got to do extensive research. If we gonna say this, we got to do research that is happening. But how do we stop it? Referees, they'll stop cussing in the game. Let's say the referee. So you mean you gonna think they're gonna go home and stop cussing?
No, but no, what you can do is you can control if you have influence over kids and those kids are in your presence. then those are the first, those are layers beyond the parents or on the first line, meaning stop, no, we're not going to do this. I'm bringing you, that's where it comes from. That's where it starts. The parents are going to be the parents. That's here and now, each his own. But then you guys are extensions of the parents because you are in charge of those babies when they're under your care. But just not being the respect, not being enforced. That referee, how the me and you could go take 2 or 3 classes and become and get certified as a referee
So
tomorrow.
I don't even know why we even
So,
talking about a
so,
referee then.
so that means if the same, if you don't tolerate it, and the kids, if you refereeing a game and the kid curse, you're probably going to call the tech at first sight. Pop, right? And then
So
guess what? What's that?
that is Mooney. I mean, that is Darrell Barnes said the majority of the high school, private school kids in Houston are white, which I would assume is different in Chicago. Might be different. Okay, I see. So apply consequences where you can. So in the beginning of the game, so the ref should say, any cussing, I'm a tech.
That could be a solution for that particular referee if he gave that disclaimer equally before he jumped the ball.
They cut.
Remember the referee not when he bring the both captains out. No, I'm talking about when you jump the ball. You can say it loud enough so that way you jump in the ball and you let it go. Hey, I'm telling you right now, first one cuss, pie, I'm hitting you. Y'all got that? Ball in the air. That may be a solution on the referee side. Still ain't gonna make them, but then indirectly, those kids don't understand, may not understand that is called disrespect. That referee, somehow they believe that a black and white shirt means you could say whatever you want to say to it because, as you said earlier, Haller, they see the parent saying whatever they want to say to the person wearing that black and white shirt. And the black and white shirt has no face to it. It's like a blur. It doesn't matter who the actual person inside that referee shirt. Hell, they feel like it's a safe space to heckle that referee who's actually a grown, in most cases, a grown man or a grown woman who has a day job. We talking about the amateur level. Most of them have a day job. Referee, pro NBA ref, that's all they do. Most of them. They may have a side business too, but that's you know. So that's. I mean, this is something. It's something to make you become consciously aware on, because the main thing I'm saying, how did we get here? I think when the doors were left unlocked for disrespect to be applied and spewed toward adults, unsuspecting adults, and no without consequence, then these kids became more and more empowered because it takes too much time to
So what
tame.
about the kids that's not athletes?
The kids is not athletes. That's a whole nother wagon. It's not we holding.
And they cussing
I
too.
mean,
So
the
we
kids
just
not
got to do
athletes.
it. We just got to do it with the athletes. And
Well,
make
this the angle that we're coming from in the
mm-hmm.
sports spectrum, because that's the angle of a lot of us dwell in that are watching the show. A lot of people, and they have kids and they see it. And what do you say? You don't tell a kid, hey, kid, stop cussing. Then the parent might tell you, I mean, why you talk to my kid like that? You don't know us. Only I can talk to my kid, tell him what to do. Baby, you ain't gotta listen to him. So you hear that stuff. So then the grown-up will say, you know what, to prevent, as a mechanism of preventive maintenance, I just won't even say shit to your son.
Jimmy, I sure wanted to say something to the girls so bad, man. You don't understand, man. I wanted to say, if I knew the principal at the school, I said, man, somebody needs. But you know what? They went to different school. They didn't even go to school. They was just watching the basketball game. But now you got me. I just wish I wish I had a lady in there and say, hey, man, y'all need them little girls. They was just foul, man. And they were talking about the guys and what they'll do to the guys on the floor. It was unbelievable, Doc.
Now, as we get up out of here, guys, thank of course, great convo. Uh, great topic. I like it when you guys in the Boom Boom Room chime in
She said a sweet
and
kid.
like as such because that helps. That helps because all of y'all from different sides of the fence, different parts of the square. Um, thanks, thanks. That helps me. Because I know I got a feeling as to the culture from which this small sample size. It's not 1,200 people. We don't know. They didn't break it down. I'm quite sure demographics maybe somewhere could be found. But Luca, they might interview 1,000 white folks from Plano and 200 people, just only 200 black. I know this sample size. I can feel the pulse of our boom boom room, right? When they're the ones that are chiming in. So I know that they've been there, done that. Thank you guys. Share the show. Want to give a shout out, of course, this weekend out at college football bowl games back at it before we come back up. I'm give a shout out, of course, to my people, Colorado football program. Shout out to my Ray Farset. Get a chance to see Big Ray this weekend. I'm heading over to the Colorado football game. And probably put feet on the grass for you, feet on the turf for you, Hal. Feet on the turf. Where you at? Where you at, Al? You supposed to be in the house. Where you at?
No, I
Hope they ain't got no bats flying around that place. They had bats flying around the high school state championship. I hope they get them bats up out of there. But
I just got
of
too
course,
much stuff to do, man. I'll be back, but I just got too much stuff to do, man. Before I can't be taking no time to go up to some San Antonio. Shit, I'm gonna just be glad
man,
to be back in Houston.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, Sandra said she wants to see. That was kind of like a bucket list. She wanted to see a Colorado game.
Oh, she
I
got
ain't in
one.
no hurry to go in the cold. So and when time went there, put it in place. Got passes, got everything done. Now the thing is, we ain't got to go far. Right there to San Antonio, she get to see because we don't know if Dion. We hope he's there next year, but I hope at the same time. I hope what's best for Dion to happen to Dion. But we get to see Colorado and of course the true freshman Draylon Miller from Silsbee High School, who wears number 6 for Colorado. Get a chance to see him and his folks and root for him in this bowl game against BYU. A lot of other action going on. We'll see you guys, of course. A lot of high school action going around. I think college coaches, you check your email boxes. I sent you a list of schedules for all the events, the top events that are going on around the entire state of Texas, of course, including Snoop Johnson's big event up there in DFW. I gave them the schedules, all of the info that they need for the state to navigate through Houston and DFW during this December 27th, 28th weekend. Welcome. I'm glad my people from DC to make them arrive safely for the event that's taking place over at CE King tomorrow and Saturday. I get a chance to see you guys shortly on the way to check on these guys and then my people, my crew, and from up in DC. And other than that, man, we got to get up out of here. Share the show on your way out the door. We'll see you guys. This is our last post. No, we got one more post for the end of the year. We got some more. We got some enough Monday. We're still in December. So see you guys. Make sure. Alec, get on up. Where that baby boy? Where that grandboy at?
I'm finna go find out right now.
Y'all done fed that boy all them cookies and stuff. Now he just right now he fell asleep. Y'all go check on that boy. He bought in game. We see him gonna gain about 20 pounds, Mr. Y'all down there. Y'all
he needs to.
Get up
but
out
we
here.
Out here, y'all.
Peace, man. We up out of here, man. Chop Shop.
Jim Hicks. Rob Hatter. You are now tuned in to the Chop Shop. I'm Retro. Let's get it. We in the Chop Shop. We live in the Chop Shop. We talking sports talk. We live in the Chop Shop. We in the Chop Shop. I'm talking sports talk. So turn your dials up. It's live in the Chop Shop. We in the Chop Shop. We live.